Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name's Elizabeth. I'm a flight attendant for a major US carrier and it is Thursday night. It's about 7:30. I have to be at the airport tomorrow at 4:30. If you've watched the channel at all, you know that I absolutely abhor AMs. I hate them. But tomorrow is actually an overtime trip. It's called a VJA trip. All of our trips, we call this overlap. So if you can snag a trip from the company the first couple days of the month, it's time and a half basically. So your girl, she's gonna suck it up for time and a half. All that to say, I am reloading my suitcase and I was going through and taking stuff out and I had 1, 2, 3 black tank tops in my bag. I don't know why. And then I'm gonna take the other 2 shirts out and wash them. And then I also had a onesie for Hannah because they were gonna try and come with me on my New York trip. It did not work out. So I have to go to bed. I just took a Tylenol PM. I need to get into bed in the next hour because I have to be up at 2:30 to be out the door at 3:30 to be at the airport at 4:30. I gotta also go downstairs and figure out what food I'm gonna take with me. I need to make some chicken salad. I bought celery. I'm gonna get this packing going. Hopefully I'm gonna start getting sleepy. Wish me luck. Good morning. It is 3:07 a.m. and I was gonna think about it. I was thinking about it last night. I was like, I could set up my phone and record me getting ready and do the cute little fast forward, blah, blah, blah. No, I am tired. I'm gonna try not to complain about it too much. I did take the Tylenol PM like I mentioned last night, but I still had a trouble sleeping. Oh well, it's our short day. We're doing 2 to Kansas City, downtown Kansas City. I'm excited. I have not had this overnight. I'm always at a crappy airport hotel. So in theory, I'll probably lay down. I might take a nap when I get to Kansas City and then we'll go do some exploring. But right now I'm eating some cereal, brewing some coffee. Ooh, I wanted to show you. I made pickles. So I got my first harvest over the past week or 2 of cucumbers that I grew for pickles, baby cucumbers. I made pickles. I'm a freaking pioneer. All right, let's go. One down, 1 to go. 2 flights today. Your girl can do it. It's an hour and a half block time to Kansas City from Indianapolis, but I'm sure they'll probably do it faster. And then I'm probably gonna take a nap. I can do it. Okay, I walked around the mall. I'm like a zombie. I just not thinking clearly. It's just, you guys know. If you don't know, hi, I'm Elizabeth. I do not fly AM trips. Ironically, I'm bidding right now for September and I am actually bidding for some AM lines, but they are trips that don't report to the airport until like 8:45, 9 or 10 a.m. I'll show you the bidding software. People have asked about bidding and inquired about how to, and I think I might have talked about it, but I think it can be like boring and overwhelming. Okay, they are setting up for like a concert and a movie outside. I'm gonna flip around and show you. I just called downstairs to see if I could get a different room and I can't because they're sold out tonight. It's loud. I mean, I can hear it in my room. So they are going to send up a fan, but I'm gonna flip around and show you. I don't think they're playing right now, but they were doing the sound check. So we got the band right there, and they're setting up food trucks. Yeah. Honestly, it looks like a really cool event, but your girl needs her sleep. So let me show you the bidding software. All right, so this is our bidding software. We can do contiguous United States, non-contiguous, ETOPS, that's over water like to Hawaii. These are all sort features. AM, PM, mixed AM, PM lines, the different positions you can bid for. I never bid for A, and what days you want. So I'm bidding for trips that touch or start on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm not wanting to work Sundays, but if I did that, it would add more trips over here to my search field. Also, so I'm going to turn that back off because I'm trying to work Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, I think. I don't want 2 days. That's what we had last month. I don't really want 4 days. Max amount of legs, that's the amount of flights I work on one day. I have it at 3. I had it at 2, but it limits things. So that's a San Jose overnight. I could bid for that. Those all report at 8:45 local, which is not too early. Those just aren't really good overnights, but I might add them to my bid. So right now I have bid for 20 lines, schedules, and it has them all in order of preference. So let's just put this one over here. And let's say I wanted to move it. Just drag it to right here. So right now I have bid for a bunch of AM lines. Like this one reports at 10:10. I need to get glasses for close-up. This reports right here at 10:10. Long Beach is the first overnight for 14 hours and 10 minutes. Reports the next day at 7:20. Such little print. Fort Lauderdale, 11:40, pays 21.8, and it gets home at 1:50 in the afternoon. So I just go through and I just double check all these to make sure there's something I still am interested in. And yeah, I'm not going to add a ton of extra, but there's tons of different filters. It's a really great system. You can bid for specific overnights, like let's say Honolulu. I'll show you Honolulu because there's not many of them. In fact, they're just 4 days. Let's get rid of this and this. So these are all the trips that have a Honolulu overnight. I cannot hold Honolulu, which means my seniority is not senior enough to hold anything Honolulu. So this is a 4-day trip, San Jose, Honolulu, Long Beach, 20 hours and 50 minutes in Honolulu. Pretty nice. This one, well, San Jose, Honolulu, San Diego. So you can search by specific overnights. So if we wanted to go back to LaGuardia, which I think I will look for in the fall, these are all the LaGuardia ones. So that's our bidding system. Can you hear it? I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's loud. So I got a fan. I'm about to eat, then start winding down to go to bed. What time is it? It is 6:33. Okay. So here's my Instacart story. I forgot my watch at home today. My watch is a required item, and so I had to tattle on myself. I did an ASAP report. That's our program, like if you know you did something that you weren't supposed to do, or you messed up, like you forgot to disarm your doors, you forgot to arm your doors, you forgot to brief the overwing. If there's a safety thing that you did, you can kind of tattle on yourself. I'm not sure if me forgetting a required item is something I had to report, but I did a report on it anyways. And then I Instacarted a watch from Five Below because I could not. I looked around the mall for a watch. I couldn't find one. So yeah, my Instacart driver, I'll have to show you the screenshots of our communication because it's pretty funny. Yeah, I just put in for one. It was like a Gabby's Dollhouse one. And then they didn't have that one. And I was like, I just need a watch. That's it. So I couldn't just get the watch. I had to get some other stuff to equal their threshold. So I got myself a treat and I cracked a nail. So I got myself some nail files. I am going to eat my pizza and start winding down for the night and hope that this isn't too loud. Because I called and they don't have any other rooms, and that's because there's also a Morgan Wallen. Is that it? Morgan Wallen Morgan. I'm not a country person. There's a Morgan Wallen in concert, and I saw a guy at the mall with a t-shirt for Morgan Wallen. Then I kept seeing all these people in cowboy boots. So I just looked up the dates, and lo and behold, there's some sort of concert in town with him. So the hotel sold out, so they couldn't move me. So I got a fan to help, hopefully, with the noise. All right, it's time to eat. All right, got my leftover pizza. Hot Logic. Yum. I'm rushing out the door. I slept okay-ish. We're doing 3 to St. Louis today, all in 800. Gotta go. Made it like right at 6 a.m. Thought I didn't get coffee. So maybe in Phoenix, I don't know, we'll see. But we're on the plane. It's my favorite plane because I have my galley. Let's go to Phoenix. Your girl is tired. We are in St. Louis. I have never been to this hotel, and I rarely remember when I've been to a hotel and when I haven't. I kind of have to get to the hotel, but they were giving out candy. Oh, it's over there. Let's see. Okay, 3 flights today. Phoenix, Salt Lake, St. Louis. On our first, I mentioned that we had a medical. We did have someone pass out. So we were on the 800, so that's a longer plane, and he went to the back. I think he was feeling not good, and he went to the back and he passed out before he got into the lab. Luckily, there was a nurse just 2 rows up from him and heard the commotion and came back, and when they paged us to the back, he was taking his pulse, and he was like ashen, like kind of green. The guy, not the nurse, he said that he had been sick this past week and that he hadn't eaten anything. Our flight left at, I think, 6:30 a.m. So he did not eat. And the captain, we were telling this set of captains, we had 2 sets of captains today, the pilots, 2 sets of pilots. And we were telling him this, and he's like, oh yeah, that sounds like a perfect idea to go fly after you've been sick for a whole week and then hadn't eaten. And so I go, it sounds like the opening plot to Contagion, to some sort of apocalyptic movie. I go, well, he wasn't bleeding from his nose, eyes, or mouth. So I just think he got low blood sugar and passed out. But he did look better. He was fine for the rest of the flight, which I was thankful for the people connecting, because I'd say half the plane was going to Phoenix to connect. Yeah, this was Kansas City to Phoenix. So that was pretty much the only drama. I don't think there was any other drama. It was really funny. I'm on the sea on this trip, so I stand in the emergency exit row and just make sure that everyone who's sitting in the emergency exit row is allowed to sit in the emergency exit row. And I had mentioned that on the first flight, we had somebody with a cello. So you can buy your cello a seat, and you have to sit in the bulkhead. So if you bring a large instrument, you have to pre-board, so you sit in the bulkhead and the cello goes against the window. And I just had mentioned that someone had their cello. Because I had 3 ladies who had guitars, that's why. And I was like, I would rather have a cello than a fake service animal. And I go, I said it out loud, I said it. And a bunch of the people in the emergency exit row chuckled, and I was like, yeah, I would rather have a cello. And they're like, you can't ask for documentation? And I was like, nope. We're only ever allowed to ask what service the service animal provides. And we have to take the person at their word. But if you know anything about service animals, they're very well behaved, very well trained, and you can spot a fake one pretty far away. So don't do that, because it just ruins it for the real service animals. But I have got some food to microwave. I'm gonna chill, and I don't think There's gonna be a whole lot I'm gonna do here in St. Louis. Look, my princess watch that I Instacarted worked just fine. It's 3:57 in the afternoon, so it's a lot later today. And then we have 3 back tomorrow to Denver. What do we got? 5 a.m. report. So I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, last night I just sat on the bed and then I went down and microwaved my dinner, ate it, and went to bed. I did watch a movie. I still hate AMs. Will I do an AM again? Yeah, because sometimes it's just a necessity. Am I gonna become an AMer anytime soon? Probably not. So I was thinking about this like at 3 o'clock this morning, because I got up at 4. It's a little after, it's sometime after 4, might be 4:30, I don't know. I don't sleep the greatest a lot of times, and at least on a PM, a long enough PM, like this was 15 hours, I think, I would have been able to stay in bed longer and be able to make up that extra sleep. The problem with an AM is you're counting backwards to when I have to get up and how many hours of sleep I'm gonna get, and then so many times that's what psychs me out, and I think I have a hard enough time sleeping. Okay, I have to be to bed by 9. That gives me 7 hours of sleep. It's just hard for me to go to bed super early. So even though I was tired, it was hard to wind down and go to sleep. Anyone else have trouble winding down and going to sleep? I didn't do anything. I did talk to someone yesterday about job sharing for September. I need to look up her seniority number. I don't know how much more senior to me she is. But job share is where we take a schedule. Let's say it's 4 trips and she takes the first half and I take the second half. So I might try to make that happen for September. Bidding closes tomorrow, I think, or the next day. It closes on the 5th. Yeah, it closes tomorrow, so we need to figure it out. Other than that, we got 3 home today. Brutal. We go from St. Louis, I think, to Vegas. And then that's our long flight at like 3:25, and then we have 2 more back to Denver. I think I land around 1 something. My A is delightful. He is a commuter. He lives in Albuquerque. We have a lot of Albuquerque commuters, and he is former Albuquerque police. And there are literally like 70 something former Albuquerque police officers that are flight attendants for us. I love flying with former cops because I know if there's a situation on board, they've dealt with way worse. So I love flying with police officers, former police officers. I'm going to get ready. Hopefully I won't be rushing as hard to get downstairs today. I can make myself a cup of coffee. Our van driver was late yesterday, so we ended up not having time to get any coffee, which made me sad. The company that took us to the airport was late, and that 15 minutes equaled no coffee for Elizabeth. Sadness. All right, I'm gonna finish getting ready. It's go home day. Let's go. Sitting in the exit row, a little bit of a van kerfuffle this morning. There was probably 4 crews going down, and they needed 2 vans. We got here, I got random, so I had to go through security. Good thing I got coffee at the hotel this morning, because there would have not been coffee again today. Sad. 3 home, let's go. I'm home. I'm sitting outside on the back patio because it's my favorite spot. It's a little bit windy, but it feels nice to sit outside. I came home. I made myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and I took a nap. It was a good trip, but it was hard. Like I said this morning, I am not AM material. But I had a really good A and our B was awesome too. So overall, it was a good trip. I'm just tired. I go out again on a turn. Today's Sunday, on Friday. And then I have a bunch of turns this month in August, and I am currently working on my bid. I'm going to try and job share with someone senior to me, so I got to look that over because that's due tomorrow. Yeah. I know this wasn't like a go out and sightsee kind of video, but that is real flight attendant life, y'all. Sometimes I get to go out and do fun things, and sometimes the layover just has to be the layover in your room, resting, because this is a job, and 9-hour duty days are no joke. No joke. I will see you guys next time in the sky.